Alright, I believe we are live.
Wonderful.
Back again
Yeah.
for Heck of
Wow.
a D&D. Hello, I'm your Dungeon Master,
Hello!
Tyler JH7. Tyler, I actually don't remember what username I used for this. Along with my players, we have Samtastic Zero, Cinderblock Sally, Pat Perini,
Howdy.
and Lacin Doodles. Please check them out on TikToks. Their handles are on their portraits. Welcome back to Heck of a D&D, where we are in Reshendon. Last week, after leaving the not-so-corrupted anymore mountains with our new little artifact in tow, some shenanigans played a part in the travels to the nearest city, Kelthalor. Making the long travel to the town, the two demons, one odd young man and a little girl, encountered the town guard, in which they spoke of helping the mountains in a certain way, in which one of the town guards took them to the old Kelthalor castle to meet one of the famous mages that harbor within. A tall, half-elven woman, wearing a very slender white dress with red accents, with fair skin and white hair with similar red accents to the dress, combed over, shaven on one side. They made their way into the castle, and that is where we are going to pick up. As you enter the castle, the standard in which they keep this place clean is... it induces a little bit anxiety. That you guys have not bathed. You don't smell well. You have a layer of soot-ish, a little darkness to you. All of the citizens that you pass by seem to give you not a sneer, but it's close. The woman escorts you with a few guards. The guards do surround you in a way as to escort you and make sure that none of you escape. The entryway is not quite large. There's that freaking song again. I'm so sorry.
Heavy duty.
Play. I would like to rage. Ah.
I thought I removed it. I'm so sorry. Okay. Alright, we're back. The entryway is not too large. It features a few sofas and chairs, and there are a few people waiting. But you make your way into the large throne room that has been converted into more of a large office gathering area. You see a few very like a banker type situation where there are different tables set up, and the woman escorts you to one of the tables. A few of the guards bring a few more chairs around, and they all offer for you to sit in a chair around this desk.
Thanks. No, we'll sit.
Yeah.
She kind of
Take a seat.
sits and eyes each one of you cautiously.
Nora has that look on her face of like, well, a little kid who everyone thought she was lying, and now it's very clear she's not fucking lying.
So
I think Annis is gonna stay standing near Kane.
So each of you in our Discord have a private channel in which only
Yep.
you and I are able to see.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ooh la la.
I'm going to ask a few questions, as each of you are going to be escorted away and I would like each of you to answer in those private channels.
Spicy.
Oh boy.
Spicy.
So this is like digital whispers.
It is very much digital whispers. Now,
Digital whispers.
there are a few questions that I have, and each of these guardsmen will be escorting you to a private room. I would like each of you to answer as honestly as possible. The questions are: what did you encounter in the mountains? Did you take anything from the mountain? And did you meet anyone in the mountains?
Before I answer, can I roll an insight check?
You may.
Wonderful.
I would also like to roll an insight check.
So would I. I don't trust this one.
You may each roll an insight check.
I have no need to roll an insight check to know I don't trust these people.
I don't necessarily think I'm looking for trust so much as tactics. Is this something that is sort of being leveraged to entrap
18.
us? I did not roll that high. I got a 10.
Yeah, I got
I
an
got
8.
an 18.
The demons, the only thoughts that you've had of these humanoids, like half elves, are, man, I gotta kill those guys.
Oh boy.
Nora, there is an air of caution. There is a determination from the woman to figure out what the truth is. She doesn't seem very accusatory. It's more like I don't want these people to trick. She's a very important person with a lot of things to do, and she doesn't want to waste her time.
If it would be helpful, ma'am, I can cast Zone of Truth.
That, I believe it would be more advantageous of me and my party to see what each of you has to say.
Okay.
To gain an understanding of each of you. And she'll raise an eyebrow and dart her eyes back between Annis and Cain. There is an air of uncertainty.
I would believe the feeling is mutual, ma'am.
So they will escort you to each of your rooms, and I would like for each of you to please submit your answers.
I'm gonna need those questions again.
What did we encounter? Did we take anything with us? And did we meet anyone?
Wait, what was the first one?
What did we encounter in the mountains? If we took
Oh.
anything with us, and if we met anyone?
Tyler, I have a question.
I have an answer.
The boss that we fought in the cave. Can you remind me, one, did I know what it was called? And two, roughly what did it look like?
Yes, it was a crab folk, a very large crab folk. I believe his name was the Great One.
Yeah.
Or something akin to that. Oh, the one above. I'm sorry.
The one above. Thank you, that's right. Apologies in advance, Tyler. I sent you a small book.
You are perfectly fine. These will not be unfortunate to our readers. I am the only one who gets to see these. There will be a. We will learn things after I read everyone's.
ASMR with all the little keystrokes.
Yeah, I was gonna say typing simulator.
Yes, the most riveting D&D content.
Yes.
Typing.
I
So how's everyone been?
This is what you get live, folks. This is the real deal.
I love the realness that you put into Kane's response. As though Kane were screaming at this grunt himself. For those at home, something I really enjoy doing are these private channels. If you play Discord, if you use Discord in D&D, I highly suggest making private channels between the Dungeon Master and each player, as to send secrets and to keep them kind of able to be archived. I try to keep those away from, like, personal messages and kind of stuff. Very fun for whispers. I had one... This is not a joke. I had one game where for 40 minutes, not a single word was spoken because all three were doing their own whispery thing, and they didn't want the other people to find out. So we just sat and listened to music.
That's extremely fun for us and not the viewers. So 40 minutes is probably too long for a stream.
Oh yeah, no, this will happen very occasionally, very
like
rarely, but very fun. Instead of everyone having instead of everyone leaving the table and such. Some responses are taking longer than others.
This feels a lot like when you piss off somebody in the group chat. All of a sudden, 4 people are typing at you furiously for 5 minutes.
Everyone is typing.
Oh, my answer took like maybe 5 seconds.
Yeah, mine didn't take very long either.
Yeah, I feel like that kid in like the test, like during the test, I'm the first one handing something in, and I think that I probably got all the answers wrong.
Yeah, probably.
While we're doing this, Kane and Annis, could you make perception checks for me?
Absolutely.
Sure.
That's my best thing. That's a 26.
That's a
Wow.
dirty 20.
Oofa doofa.
Filthy.
Nora and Bartleby are gone for a long time. You guys go in, you have your meeting with your guard, you come back, and while you're waiting, there are a few others that are dressed very nicely, as this woman is, that has been speaking to you. She is wearing the white gown, or the white dress with red. There is a white with blue, white with green, and white with black. Each of them seem to be doing something arcane in nature. The blue one has 3 books out, and then under each book is a small notebook, and there are floating quills that are writing things under each. The one in green is doing small... while reading a book, they're kind of like lighting a flame in one hand and then turning it off, growing a small flower, and crushing it, breaking it up. Just small little, like, druid craft things. And the one in white and black is speaking to a few people, but as they're kind of moving their hands as they're speaking, and you see small little dark wisps that kind of flow off of their hands that they're kind of playing with, like small little smoke clouds they're playing with in their hands. Everyone else seems to be dressed fair, in commoner's clothes. A few guards staying around at the ready, just in case. But everyone seems to be busy in some form or fashion.
Does it seem like word has sort of gotten out about what is happening, why we're here?
No. But Kane with a 26, I will say that there is one guard who walked you in, who is now standing off to the side of the wall, and he's actually gripping his sword hilt and is sweating.
Yeah, that seems
Okay.
that seems very right. Am I back with Annis? Are we sort of
Yes.
off to the side?
Well, you guys are together at the table with the woman.
Got it.
Oh, okay. Can we hear any of the conversations that are going on between these different groups?
No.
No.
No, it's a pretty large room, a large area.
Okay.
They're just kind of hushed whispers.
Okay.
All right. I have sent that.
Woo!
Yes, Cass did indeed write an essay.
Amazing.
I wrote a short
Presentation.
Amazing.
Yeah, just
Oh, well, forgive me. I'm trying to get the camera to behave here.
The guards.
cameras behave never.
Yeah, right?
The guards each come by and whisper one by one to the woman. All right. I believe we have reached a consensus, as it were.
Okay.
The artifact that you stole, collected from the mountain, it has been a rumor up until today that someone from Castle Mars, the Infernal Plane, had acquired a piece of some sort of puzzle of what they call the corruption. And it sounds as though you are familiar with this idea.
Yes.
Yeah, it rings a bell.
There is a special task force, as it will, that has been dealing with these people called the Nixerate. They are not... They are hell-bent on destroying everything about this universe. I do not think it is light to say that. Where are my manners? I am Carolia Stallo. I am one of
I
them.
am Eleanora Moonstone.
Thank you. I have been doing a little bit of research on each of you, except for you, and she points at Annis. You are definitely interesting.
Kind of like adjust my little flower crown. Thank you.
I am curious as to your coming about, I will say. And you, and she points to Kane, you are, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, you are a low-tier demon, no?
Low ranking, yeah. Though we prefer devil to demon, it's a bit of a technical differentiation, not usually one that, we want to get into in polite company.
The group that has been dealing with them is called the Crimson Gauntlet. They are currently in Grisguild, being headed by the Terra King himself. He is personally overseeing all of their dealings. I am going to make contact with him tomorrow and inform him of what we've ascertained from our meetings. I invite each of you to stay here at the castle. We have plenty of amenities and such. And I would also like that artifact.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to send it to Grisguild, where they can study it further. After I do some of my own, of course. But it definitely needs to be identified, and this is the first piece of the puzzle that we found. And hopefully it can lead us to other pieces.
May I be completely honest with you, ma'am?
Sure.
As I said in my interview, I'm a cleric, and this is the first thing that I've ever encountered that I would fully and deeply say is unholy. I know that it's important to research this thing, and I know that I am 13 and my opinion on this matter may not matter too much, but it needs to be, after study, destroyed, if such a thing is possible. And I would not be comfortable handing it over to you unless I have some assurance that that is going to happen.
This artifact has been slowly eating away at parts of my world. I do not wish for it to do it any further than what it already has done. We have received word that it is slowly growing back, but I'm afraid that there is some irreparable damage.
I know.
There is little use for this beyond destroying the world, and I do not want my world to be destroyed.
Can I make what do I roll if I want to know if she's telling the truth?
Insight.
That'll be an insight check.
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
I think Annis said it very well there, though.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's a big old 6.
Now, I will say, Nora, with your passive insight of 15, that she seems very sincere in the words that she's saying.
And Nora is put at ease.
This is the first time that we've talked about what we want to do with this thing before, or, sort of beyond just identifying it. And I think Kane sort of recoils a little bit at the suggestion that it is promptly and unilaterally destroyed without him being able to figure out what the hell is going on. And I think as soon as Nora kind of gives a nod, Kane sort of looks up and says, "We escort the thing."
You escort it?
You want to get it to your boy down in wherever the hell, we take it there.
That is a very interesting idea. I do not think it is unwise for you to travel along with him. If anything, you can give your first-hand account to the king himself, if he so deems a meeting necessary.
I would
Between
be
you and
honored
me.
if he deems it necessary.
I'm sorry? I didn't hear what you said, Cass. I'm sorry.
She said, "I would be honored if he deems it necessary." Just being a polite kid.
Sure. So, do we have a deal?
I think Kane's gonna look up at Ennis and Bartleby.
As much as I don't really want to carry this thing around, I do agree that I'm hesitant to trust it in other people's hands.
If
But
you
I could
think it's a
also-
good idea. Oh,
I
sorry.
don't think it's a good idea, no. But I don't know a better one. I also think that we should hang out here at least a day or two because, my God, I miss civilization and I would really just like to enjoy the perks of it for a minute before we head back on the road. I know this is important, but life is important too, you know? Like, I need a bath.
The impulsive urge to be like, oh, what? No. I'm not willing that into existence, no.
A bath? You mean like in lava? No!
What assurances do we have to this thing's safety if we do let you study it unobserved for the next couple of days? Presumptuous of me as it might be to ask, I don't want to let this thing get into the wrong hands.
Mr. Kane? Clay.
Thank you.
I can only give my word that you are... Oh, I should not agree to that. Kane, make a persuasion check for me real quick.
Yeah, hell yeah. I've got a +0 to persuasion. I rolled a
Can
nat
I
1.
help?
I should not agree to such things. Sometimes you just have to go on faith.
I think Kane looks at Nora.
Nora, that comment does unsettle her a little bit. Just, you have to go on faith, but also she just with her passive insight has gotten the vibe from this woman that she's being sincere about not wanting to use it. So I think Nora is going to give him a little smile and a nod.
Can we ask at least this of you? If in the course of your research, whatever that entails, you encounter whatever's left of someone called Gigramesh, let him know we tried, alright?
There's nothing left of Gigramesh, I don't think.
I'm not a wizard.
I will do my best.
Alright. 2 days' time, we'll be with the caravan taking this thing to the so-called king.
And I just want to add, I mean this in the politest of ways, but if somewhere in your research things get out of hand and the darkness from the artifact starts to seep its way out again, we shall act on that.
That
We're
is
here to help, essentially.
understandable. It will be 3 days' time.
Alright, 3 days' time.
I mean,
There
I
you
could,
go. You get an extra day, Bartleby.
You
I
get an
think
extra
Kelly
day
needs a little
too,
bit of rest
friend.
to recuperate.
You get an extra day too.
What was it you were saying on the road? Like, we mentioned a hotel and you were like barracks?
And then you
Yeah,
proceeded
you're gonna
to
sleep
explain barracks. I don't understand. I mean,
No!
It has more
Barracks.
privacy and more comfort. There's not anything you need to do. It's like a barracks where you can do whatever you want
Do you
and you
know
have your
that
own
beds
room.
can be soft?
Very soft.
well, yeah, I mean, of course. If you work your way up the ladder, kind of a thing. You know, you get to the nicer rooms in the barracks. They got private rooms in the barracks for the officers and stuff. Sometimes.
We're mostly teasing you.
Mostly.
Have we been kicked out at this point? I feel like we should have been summarily.
She is going to stand. So you do hand over the artifact.
Yeah. What's her name again?
Carolia Salor.
Pretty.
There is. If you need any basic equipment, we could probably provide you with it. But if you need something else, then I hope that this can get you what you need. And she sets a small pouch of 50 gold on the table.
That is very kind of you.
If you need anything else, please talk to one of the guards. I am needed elsewhere. And she's going to take the tooth in the room as you look at it when you first walk in the far right corner, in the very corner, there's a door, and she heads toward that way.
Is she carrying it?
Yes,
In her hand.
in her hand.
Well, that's a little bit intense.
Bare hand, no glove, by the way.
So Kane looks at her doing this, then looks to the gold, then looks to the guard, then looks straight back at Bartleby and says, "So money is a proxy for the threat of violence, right?" Like,
Yes.
that was just demonstrated extremely clearly by the fact that she picked that damn thing up with her bare hands.
Yes, most certainly. But, Kane,
I think
My
that might
dear
also
sir.
been because she forgot that we warned her not to touch it.
I have a question.
I'm sure she
I have a,
was
I
gonna
have,
have.
I have a question. Is that the wizard?
I don't know
that
if
the
there
wizard?
is a wizard. That
did
was
we
the person
see
that everybody thought was the
Geo?
wizard.
She's walking
She
away with
didn't
it. How
react
is
to
it not
this,
a-
right? Like, she picked it up and no-sold it, right?
You thought she picked up a piece of paper.
Right.
I mean, that's either very good or very bad, right? If she
It
is
kinda
someone that
sounds
is
like
trying
she
to be
just-
helpful, that's
I
a
mean,
wonderful thing.
Either way, it's extremely powerful, right? Like, I don't know whether or not good or bad depends entirely on whether or not she's on our side.
When she gets to that door, she's been staring at it the entire time, and she'll raise her left hand and she'll do 2 snaps. And there's a moment of silence, and then the male half-elf in the white gown with black accents is going to stand, and he's hooded. That he was speaking to a few of the people playing with the smoke cloud. And he kind of dissipates the smoke cloud, and he, like, blank face, stands, and he starts following Carolia. And they both enter that room.
Huh.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I do. I'm insanely curious.
We are in agreement in this one, sister. That is quite curious.
I'm
But-
also really tired and smelly.
Practically
We are in
speaking.
agreement again.
We can't do a heck of a lot about any of this over the next couple of days. I think we should just stick close, keep our eyes on the situation, try not to let it get out of hand.
Yes, but we should also go drinking, and we should get a bath, and we should maybe see a show. We should go shopping. There's probably some interesting stores around. I
Tyler,
don't
how
know.
much of this are you ready for?
A fair amount.
Amazing.
I don't know how many NPCs you guys are wanting to talk to, but we'll figure it out.
What's their name? What's their name? What's their
Yeah, I mean, I think we fuck off back into town, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Or we've been
Let's fucking go.
invited to stay in the castle, so are we going to be like shown rooms?
You, guard. What's the deal?
Oh dear.
The guards are willing to show you to the rooms if you would like to see them.
I specifically see if I can grab the one who escorted us in to continue escorting us. The one who was
He was
very
cool.
nervous.
And confused about the lemon.
Okay, sure. And he will take you on the left side of the room, heads down to some living quarters.
Mhm.
That you pass by a few doors that are closed, and then he will open up 4 rooms that are all adjacent to each other.
Mhm.
They're all empty and cleaned. Very, of course, well clean. As most of Kelthalor is spotless. Inside is a very comfortable full bed that has been made with a nightstand, a candle, and a chair, 2 chairs in each room.
Thank you. Is there any way to get new clothes? These ones are soiled.
Sure. Well, you are free to use our washrooms at the end of the at the end of the hall. But there are a few clothing shops around if you'd like to see them. There's the Violet Linens. And then let me think. I think that's probably the one you're going to want to go to. There are a few other
Thank you.
places, but they're not as good quality.
You know, what if we're looking for weapons? Is there a shop for weapons?
There,
I need to get my boner ring cleaned. Is there anywhere I can go for that?
you could probably head out to if you're looking for just simple blacksmithery, you can always check out the Savath brothers. They make really good well, the best weapons are made by the Emerald Spear Guild. You could check out their house in Kelthalor if you want. Their home base is set in Grisguild because they have to follow wherever the Terra King goes.
The Terrakin.
You could also check out Wilgum's if you wanted to.
Thank you.
Wilgum is a very eccentric character. I would be very, very careful with him. He's a weird one.
Is he
Weird
not
ones.
nice? Is he mean?
No. Not all. I mean, he has a... You won't think he's nice. But I wouldn't say he's mean.
Okay. Well, you've been so helpful. Thank you.
Sure.
Could I ask
What's
you
your,
one question?
What's your name?
Oh, please. Suppose it's good to learn the help's name.
No, it's just so
Bartleby.
for next time. For next
Sorry,
time,
sorry.
we know who our go-to is.
Yeah. It's, Renaya.
Nice to meet you, Renaya.
Hi.
Thank you for everything.
Renaya, could I ask you something else? This is a little bit of an odd question, but I don't know if you noticed, but I've got my little sister here with me. We've got some guests who are sort of new to the city. What are the parts of the city that are... I see you are an exquisite guard, immaculately dressed. You look very ready for action. Anywhere that I would see you or any of your associates, I would feel quite safe taking my sister, as well as the guests. Are there any parts of the city where there like I shouldn't take my sister, where there's not so many guards, it's less looked after than the rest of the city. Do you understand what I'm asking you?
Make a
You
persuasion
took
check.
me into the heart of the corruption, Bartleby. I'm sure I can handle some seedy sidewalks.
No, I understand. I just like. Are there any parts? Okay. What did you say? What should I check?
Persuasion check.
I'm okay at this. Not a good. 11. That's okay.
The only place that I would steer clear of at night would be the gardens. I only say
Why?
that. Well, I just know that sometimes there are drug deals that go on, and some shiftiness.
So it's not monster issues, people issues.
Oh, it's very societal based.
Oh yes, we're working away with that. Me and my sister are from a city where there's a whole hierarchical issue. We're having a lot of troubles with the middle class ourselves. Thank you for the help.
Kelthalor is one of the most well guarded. Almost everyone is trained for a militia if need be. So it's we don't like committing crime. I don't like committing crimes at all. As he kind of looks around.
I just want to make sure that my allies and I are safe as we traverse the city. But it sounds like it's quite safe, except for the gardens at night.
Bartleby can be a little bit overprotective.
But
He's a really good brother.
And there's not a lot of crime. It's just that sometimes people are not thinking clearly all the time, but we don't, in general, don't do anything bad. So it's a very, very safe city.
Give me his name one more time, Tyler.
Renaya?
Renaya, thank you.
So one could expect to find city watchmen basically anywhere they go in the city, except for probably the garden at night.
Yes.
Excellent.
As we sort of wrap the conversation, sorry, sounds like, yeah, as we sort of wrap the conversation, Renaya starts to go. I want to catch him, so before he leaves, I want to try to grab him.
Okay.
Poor Renaya.
Everybody's got to talk to him for a second.
He's kind of scurrying off, and you catch up to him.
Yeah, I think like out in the hall kind of a situation.
Oh God! Yeah. Hi. He does not want to make eye contact with you.
Yeah, fair enough. Listen, buddy, I know the drill.
Okay.
You know something more than the rest of them. We brought that tooth in here. You started sweating like you were about to die or lose your job. And nobody else seemed to react quite that way.
Does Annis pick up on what, like, would I be able to hear or, like, see what Kane is trying to do?
I think you would have just seen Kane follow after Renaya and just start talking to him.
Yeah.
Kane's not being super loud about it.
No.
Okay.
He's trying. I think he's trying to be hush hush. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
No, I think that's right. I think he's trying to sort of play this close.
I will allow any charisma check you would like to make.
Great. I think I have a +0 on all of them.
So just tell me which one you're going for.
Yeah, let's do. You know what? I think I'm going to play into the intimidation angle here just a little bit. He doesn't want to look me in the eye. I think I'm going to lean into that just a bit. That is a natural 20 on the die.
Oh, God. Okay. He is going to walk head down, shoulders tight. He's going to walk right into the room that he opened the door for you.
Listen, buddy. All right. And he follows.
Oh.
He's going to close the door.
Okay. Hey.
I am not supposed to tell anyone about what I know. Okay?
Never leaves the room.
I am not supposed to tell anyone what I know. And you kind of look around, and he has this piece of paper in his hand that he's kind of holding out.
Is he sort of holding it out to off as if he's letting me take it?
He's kind of holding it,
Yeah.
and he's just kind of shortly glancing down at it and looking back to you.
Listen, buddy, you can read it out loud or you can hand it over. Either way.
I love Kane.
His very anxious and nervous demeanor switches a little to annoyance.
Correct.
Do not meddle in things that you are not prepared to deal with. He will drop the paper and then exit the room.
Ooh, very good closing line. What's the paper say?
The paper has some interesting glyphs on it, some different symbols. You can't quite make out what most of it says, but from what you can gather, in the broken pieces of Infernal that you're able to read,
Okay.
is...
As in the script is broken?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Got it.
There is a few numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mhm.
The first line says scale. The second line says fang, exclamation point, all circled. And the other three have these question marks.
Okay.
Down at the bottom, in like a footnote almost, it says death to the Nyx raid. And I need you to make an Arcana check.
Okay. That is a 5 all told.
Okay, you have no idea what these glyphs are. They are useless to you. They're weird little accents on this piece of paper.
Okay. The paper doesn't seem magical at all. It just
feels
Piece
like
of
parchment in your hand.
okay. Death to the betrayed.
I'm sorry, death to the Nyx raid.
Oh, death to the Nyx raid.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is that's like at the bottom?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tear that, and then fold that up, throw that part in my bag, take the rest of it in a far more easily accessible pocket, and rejoin the rest of the group.
They're still standing in the hallway, I presume.
Oh yeah, we are. We are standing in the hallway.
So, have a fun chat?
Probably not the best place to have this conversation.
Take a walk. Let's go outside.
Can
Apparently
we
it's very
take baths
safe.
first?
Yes. We can find a place to take a bath.
We got 3 days. Nothing pressing. I
I,
swear to God, we're out of here in 3 days.
All right. Well, let's maybe see where our rooms are. Put our stuff down so we can, walk around a little bit or take a bath or a nap, maybe.
Oh, I'd like a nap.
I'm sorry, Renai did show you to those rooms, and he opened all the doors.
Ah.
They were all together.
Yep.
Cool. Putting my stuff down. Fucking.
Yep.
Wait, this is all. We're all in one room.
No. I'm so sorry. There are 4 different rooms. They're all adjacent to each other.
Oh, okay.
They're all together in
Okay.
like a small. He wanted to keep you guys together. I would like to make note that I'm very sorry, Kane, that you can understand what this says, as you do speak Draconic.
I do.
So do I.
Thank you for checking.
Yes. Because I was like,
speak 6 languages.
I was like, I think Kane's the one that speaks a million languages, and you are.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, that's a fun thing.
In Draconic,
Mhm.
there are still some magical glyphs that you couldn't understand, but there are 2 Draconic glyphs.
Mhm.
One is this weird. There is the god Io, or Asgarath, the creator of Dragonkin,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's this weird like. The marking of Asgarath is this multicolored disc, and the way the shapes that form the different colors, everything is like the inverted color of that on the other side. So there's the Asgarath glyph, and then there's another glyph, and everything's inverted.
Got it. Okay.
You can make out going around the Asgarath circle is Savior and King,
Mm-hmm.
and on the other is Destroyer of Life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Oh no!
Sorry, that cat just fully had a
You
cable.
just yeeted that cat. You
Yes.
Yup. Done.
This is like the 5th time I've had to yeet.
I was gonna
her
say it's like
session.
4 or 5. Yeah. That's fantastic. Holy shit.
Olympic
Okay.
throws.
Oh, that's too funny. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Cool. All right. I'm just gonna file all of that away for future reference.
I love when other players get little lore dumps and I don't, so I don't have
Yeah.
to keep track of them.
I know, right?
I was like, oh, I should be taking notes. No, my character doesn't know any of this.
The way that I'm just not gonna be able to keep track of this, and I'm gonna ask Tyler at least 3 more times. It'll be great.
What time of day is it, dear Dungeon Master?
It
Good
is
question.
early afternoon. I just want to reiterate that you are each shown your own room.
Yep.
And you are also shown that there is a washroom, a community washroom at the end of the hall that you are free to use.
Mhm.
For not only clothes,
Community-
but yourselves.
A
Yeah.
community bathroom?
Yeah.
That's very old-fashioned. Wonderful.
Are there mirrors in the rooms?
I mean, they use swords and bows, guys. They're not super high-tech with the plumbing.
Is there a mirror in the room or no?
Yeah, there are multiple mirrors.
In the room?
Mm-hmm. Oh, in your bedroom, no. In the
No.
washroom, yes.
Okay.
I think Annis is gonna go to the, like, walk into the washroom after kind of looking into her room and spend like a ridiculous amount of time trying to figure out what the hell the setup is in the bathroom, trying to like turn things, nozzles and things on, and turn everything all the way up. Just water going everywhere. Yeah. She's gonna be in the bathroom for a long time.
At some point, Nora will like poke her head in and be like, you good?
She's just standing like in. Is it a bathtub, or is this a bathtub situation, or is this a shower situation?
There are 12 bathtubs. Each...
Okay, they're all full.
Okay.
She's turned them all on. And she's fully clothed, sitting in one of them, just like pushing the water around. And I'm just gonna be. Nora, have you ever seen look at these tiny lakes.
They're called bathtubs.
Oh,
You use them to clean yourself.
this is amazing. And
Uh-huh.
she'll get out and get in another bathtub.
Okay, which ones have you not been in so far?
I've been in all of them.
Oh.
It's amazing. It feels so good. It's just my clothes feel very heavy right now.
Yeah, they're wet.
Yeah, and my tail doesn't fit very well in these.
Usually... Alright. I'm gonna take this one for the time being, and I'm gonna take the water you put in it out and put new clean water in it, and I'm going to clean myself. You have fun. I'm gonna be
Okay. And she's just gonna keep like tub hopping.
Amazing.
Okay, great. Nora's just gonna... Yep, nope, we're good.
Gonna kind of pat the water towards you, Nora. Hey, Nora. Hey. Gonna do this thing. Try and like squirt the water out.
This really is your first bath, isn't it?
Playing water taps. Yes, this is amazing. Everyone should do this. Everyone. This is great.
Most people do.
Wow.
Not necessarily like in a room with 12 bathtubs, but most people have taken a bath before.
Wow. It feels wonderful.
It does. Especially after everything we've been through.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is feeling very heavy, and my hands are starting to age faster than the rest of my body.
That'll go away.
So I'm going to go back to my room, and she's just gonna walk back to her room.
Nora will drain all of the tubs before taking her actual bath so that we don't have a flood.
Amazing.
Kane and Bartleby, what are you guys up to?
Waiting for the bathroom to be done with that chaos so I can take a bath. I would spend a good amount of time looking for a mirror if I could find one.
Okay. There is, like I said, a few in the community wash.
Yeah, but ideally one I could look at, like, not with other people. Like a little hand mirror, even just a little hand mirror. I might ask around some guards, see if anybody has one I can borrow for a minute or two.
There's some snickering from some of the guards about being.
I'm gonna kill every one of these people. I just need a mirror.
Man, this guy sure likes his hair, doesn't he? Wow.
It's better than not paying any attention to it at all for your entire life and getting a job at as a guard. Okay, bye. Nothing but an insult. I'm just saying, maybe if you took care of it a little better, you could find yourself less in guard position, more in captain position. You know? There's something to say for presentation. That being said, I will continue my search for a mirror.
What did that scrawny kid say to me before he left? Asking around, make an investigation check.
Oh, I'm an excellent investigator. One of the best. Studied at the finest schools. Whatever. Not the worst, not the best. 13.
Okay, yes, you can find a small hand mirror that someone will lend you.
Thank you very much. You're a gentleman and a scholar, no doubt. You will go very far in life. I will take the mirror. I will go back to my room with it. I'm just gonna...
The tiefling woman thanks you for your kind words.
You're welcome. And I will go up to my room, and I am just gonna, like... Look at what my teeth are up to these days. I want to see what my canines are looking like. Is everything kind of chill, or am I starting to get a little bit long in the tooth these days?
When you first pull it up, something about you doesn't sit well. You look at yourself and you see your skin kind of pale up a little bit. You take a couple deep breaths, and you can feel the color come back. And you look, and there is this sense of... You can't prove it to yourself that they're longer, but you know they are. Like, you can just feel it. You know what your teeth look like. You know what your teeth look like.
Yeah. Alright. After a minute of that or so, I will walk out and I'll return the mirror to the wonderful, kind tiefling that I met. Thank you again, my dear lady. I hope that you have many wonderful tomorrows, etc. Be well.
I can't tell if he was sincere or not.
I'm just tired. And to be honest, I'm a little bit upset. I'm tired and not upset, but I'm trying to be polite because you did me a kind favor. I just don't have that much emotional energy to give right now.
That was very honest.
Listen, I'm honest in every single moment I need to be, so that if I don't have to be honest, no one will ever know.
Oh my fucking god.
I don't like that you said that.
It was honest.
Amazing.
Look, I just told you I'm too tired to pretend to be nice right now. But listen, thank you again. Here, are you? Would you want a silver, or
No,
would that be nice, or does that be rude? How's that interpreted here?
This is so much more than I anticipated this conversation to be. I'm so sorry. And she'll just walk away.
Well, goodbye. Nice to meet you, stranger of no name.
Oh my god.
That was probably the most impactful moment of her life, and I will forget it tomorrow. And then I will, I'll just change my clothes and clean off.
Okay.
Hey, when it counts, I can be the precision talker.
Can you?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's honest. So after Annis plays in the bath for a while and Nora kind of helps her out, you guys all kind of get yourselves ready. It's now in the early evening. Is there a specific thing that we are aiming to do first tonight?
I'm kind of curious what my two demonic friends are interested in doing. I feel like this is all new to you guys, so is there anything in particular that you would like to experience while we're left to fester here for a few days before we get to go out into the filthy world?
I would hardly call this festering.
I know.
I'm
actually quite excited to be here for a few days.
Be wringing out my clothes.
If you want to put on dry clothes, we can get you.
Is there somewhere we could go to get new clothes?
I'd like that personally. It might be closing soon. It's getting a little late, but we can see. They talked about the violet linens.
I would like to do that.
In the meantime, do anything that's not wet.
Well, this is all. I thought it was like a 2-in-1 thing. You step into the body of water, and no, okay, well,
Okay, let's see if the Violet Linens is still open.
You make your way around town. Real quick, I was sent a level 4 update for our frame. I just want to make sure that it went through. So if someone on chat, looking at chat, check out the new. Fantastic.
Hell yes.
I'm still learning how to do things on the fly, so I just want to make sure things went through. So,
Level 4, baby!
the Violet Linens is not too far from the center of town. It is still open. As you ask around, there is also the Old Shoe. That is another clothing shop. As well as Silken Goods. Most shops are open dawn to dusk. And it will be dusk in about an hour and a half-ish.
Cool. Nora was recommended Violet Linens by the very nice guard, so we'll probably
Let's
go.
go. Let's go check it out. We could all get some new threads if we're interested.
You go into the Violet Linens, and there are a few people kind of looking around at different clothing. Oh my goodness, the table just shut down.
Oh no!
Oop.
Which table?
The tabletop.
no!
Oh no.
Our table.
The virtual tabletop?
It's
table.
It's broken.
Actually-
It didn't shut down for me.
Yeah, I'm still in.
Me either, baby. I can flip it though. Oh no, it just disconnected.
Oh.
I'm gonna join again though.
Yeah, there we go.
When it
At the
returns.
old map.
Amazing.
That was weird. I've never had that happen before.
Nope, there it goes for me as well.
Is the
It is back open, same table.
right.
Thought I got rid of this crazy man. Okay. I'll go ahead and do this before we do anything else. Heading into the Violet Linens, there are a few people kind of browsing the different clothing options. First walking in, there does not appear to be any sort of armor. Everything appears to be very just clothing. There is, standing at the front behind this little kiosk, it looks like, is a tall and very muscular looking human man with black hair, kind of medium black hair that's slicked back all the way, and it kind of comes off to a little curl at the end. And he has the very long measuring tape, as well as a very fancy blouse and black tight pants.
Good evening.
Hello, how can I help you?
I'm just looking for some new clothing.
Oh, great.
Some of our friends have never been to a clothing store quite like this before, so they might need a little bit. They might need some guidance with picking out some outfits, or just those two. They're new to this, so give them a kind eye.
I'm gonna shake my tail and get some of the water off it.
Please do not do that! And he will whisk his hand, and all of the water will disappear.
I'm gonna lean down to Nora and be like, I mean, it doesn't seem like that big of a deal for him to do that if he can just whisk his hand and make it go away. I'm just saying, that was pretty cool.
I mean, it was probably just the prestidigitation cantrip.
I need to learn that one. That would be
Yeah,
fun.
it's a good one.
I don't. Wait. Cassidy, do you have prestidigitation? Because if not, I don't think anyone in the party does.
I don't think I do, no.
Excellent. Amazing.
Oh.
In a few levels, I'll be able to be cleaning and soiling things like nobody's business.
Ah, yes, soiling your clothes, a 5th level spell. God, this game is good.
So, what are you all interested in? Any colors? Any lengths? Any... Where are we going?
I've always been partial to pastels, specifically yellow.
Do you have any blacks and grays and browns?
That's very sad.
very different
but yes.
But yes. Amazing.
He has a very flamboyant way of moving, almost as if there is a soundtrack playing in his head, and he will softly dance his way over in a dramatic fashion to the very soft colors, specifically kind of waving his hand over a very nicely made yellow dress, and he just kind of does the whole, like, raise an eyebrow.
Oh, I do like that shade of yellow. It's very nice.
And he will do his soft dance over toward the blacks, and he doesn't look nearly as excited to show off the dark-colored clothing. But the majority of the pastel colors are very light, a little flowery, very soft, and then these are more hard-cut, rough, almost leather-looking, like imitation leather almost.
Oh, pleather?
Kinda. More in style than texture.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. This is great. This is just so.
Do you have a
so
fitting room,
lovely.
sir?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a fitting room, sir?
I do. It's right over there.
Thank you. You
Um,
can try on that yellow dress. No, you got.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
So, gentlemen, what are we looking for?
Kane, does anything spark your interest?
I mean, like you said, this is pretty much the first time anybody's ever asked me that specific question. I like what Hannes has got going on over there. I think that's working for you, honestly. It's like tactically sound, you know? It makes you harder to see.
She's trying to find things that look exactly like what she's currently wearing. It's like trying to.
Oh, God.
Kane, if I could make a suggestion. Style is important, no doubt, but so is comfort. So I would encourage you to experiment with some of the softer fabrics. Maybe look into the silks, maybe something velvet, something that feels good against the skin, suede. I'll look to the store person. Could you bring out some items of some of those sorts of fabrics, so my dear friend could try on some outfits that might feel nice upon the on that little furry flesh of his.
Oh my fucking.
Does this look
Are
like
we
a
playing dress up? Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this.
Kane, you said you've never done this before. I mean, look, you should try on a few outfits. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, as long as it works with the armor, I'm probably game. This old burlap I've been wearing for really my entire life is definitely
Atrocious.
not comfortable. I mean, fair enough. I'm not gonna argue its aesthetic merits. It was military issue, you know.
I feel like this is when Nora comes out of the dressing room in her new yellow dress, like, military issue burlap.
Yeah, what? It's cheap. It's what they give you.
Are you the
time
adventuring
you talk-
sort?
Yeah. Every time you talk more about your life, Kane, I get a little bit sadder.
But Nora, here's the thing. I agree with you. It is quite sad, but every one of those moments, also for us as people who have lived wonderful lives and will continue to live wonderful lives,
forever.
it is an
Nothing will ever go
opportunity.
wrong.
Is an opportunity for us to help uplift them. If Kane gives some miserable story about, oh, I've only ever swam in lava. Well, here, try a lake. I'm just saying, don't think of them as things to get down on, dear sister. Think of them as things of new ways that we can uplift.
Somebody in chat just said Kane is a member of the middle class.
I'd have to look. That's X-Saber. Yep. Thank you, X-Saber. We adore you.
Amazing. Oh God, I can't. See.
Oh God.
I think all the while, Kane is just being sort of handed piles of silks and linens and just
Every type of fabric this gentleman can house.
Just it's now above his head at this point.
Oh, yeah.
He's just being quietly ushered into a fitting room.
Now, most of these will not fit you, but I can adjust them accordingly.
All right, I'll give him a shot. And I think Kane just from behind this mountain of fabrics disappears behind a door, and then bits and pieces of this new plate armor just start getting hung up on the lip of the door. And I think after we do the whole 80s montage thing of him coming out in different outfits that just don't fit. None of them, they're all a foot too long off the arms and legs. But I do think that there's something there's an understated a cotton thing that he eventually sort of arrives at that he sort of comes out and says these kind of feel like the sheets on those beds back where we're staying.
Yep, it's cotton.
It's pretty good, honestly.
He's going to lean over to Bartleby. Has he never experienced cotton before?
He is a man of many experiences. Don't worry about that. I don't know if cotton is one of them, though, but
oh my.
He is, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he should try some new things. I wanted to ask you a question, though. What do you do when you're not running a clothing store? Excuse me. I did not mean to say costume store.
I am going to say that a costume makes me feel powerful and confident, so I will take that as a compliment.
All right, well,
Also,
then it was unintentional regardless of compliment or not compliment. But what do you do when you're not running this shop?
I drink.
Where?
A lot. I like going to the sun-dried mug, personally.
Is that a quiet place?
No.
Hmm.
No, very rowdy. I like to meet a lot of people there.
And what was your name again?
My name is Jackie Ferralti. Debonair
Well, maybe I'll see you
extraordinaire.
later tonight.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Frotty.
If you find me drinking, I probably will not remember you.
I will try not to take offense.
There are stray cats everywhere.
Honestly, seems to be a
This is a
real
strange world
problem
we
in
live
this
in.
town.
Keep the streets clean of crime, but not of cats. That's the way of Kelpahorn.
And it's just this one little calico Jerk.
No,
Oh my goodness.
no, don't grab him like that. Oh god.
No. It doesn't hurt her.
Just pissed. She's just pissed.
You can also go to the Wolf Goblet. It's not nearly as nice, but you can still go to it.
I think while this
I got that in
conversation
mind.
is happening, Kate is just over with Annis. Like, honestly, it's pretty good, right? Like, it's soft, which is weird.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's really. And she's gonna like adjust your flower crown, which I'm assuming you still have on your head.
But hasn't
And-
noticed.
I haven't noticed. So as you do that, he's sort of. What do you? Hold on.
Wait.
Is this up on my head?
What? I'm trying to let me. Okay. No. You just look great. I think this color really suits you. Yeah, it looks comfortable.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Have you looked at yourself in the mirror?
No, not yet. Weirdly enough, there weren't mirrors in that one particular fitting room. In order to make the fiction of me not realizing I have a flower crown on work. And so I think he sort of looks around for a mirror. Is there a mirror like in the like main body of this storm? Yeah. So he finds a mirror and sort of walks over. And I just need everyone. I gotta paint this picture. This man is 3 feet tall, with the head of a rat, the legs of a goat, and the tail of an imp. Wearing a cloth shirt, a cotton shirt, and trousers that are inches to feet too long for his limbs, topped with a flower crown that he had not yet noticed.
Yeah.
And very
This has to be a
majestic.
button-down shirt. If he had to pull it over, he would have noticed.
Yes, there you go. Exactly.
That's the kind of gymnastics we're doing here.
Right.
To justify.
To justify the fiction of Cain wearing a flower crown and not having realized it yet. Extremely important. We got to make sure there are no plot holes.
That's right. Kane, I wish I had your fashion sense, because I can't. And Annis has like 3 different shirts. She's got, one vest going the right way and then another vest going the wrong way. And she tried to pull on some pants, but like her tail's in the way. And I really wish I had, like, you look so put together right now. And can you teach me your ways?
Annis, will you let me pick out a dress for you?
A what?
Or a dress like I'm wearing. And she, twirls and shows off the skirts of the dress that she's tried on.
But there's no bottom to it.
It's a skirt.
Yeah, but there's no bottom. Like, how do you, there's no
Yeah, I'm not wearing trousers. I'm wearing a skirt. It's like an alternative.
Can you hide things under there? Like, is it like a giant pocket?
No. I'm actually
I don't-
pull in my info from historical fashion. No, the pockets tie on underneath. See, because the way that the dress closes there, it makes little slits in the side, and you can reach down into your pockets. They're huge. I could put like a whole loaf of bread in my pockets.
Oh. Okay, you've got my attention now. So, say if a person wanted to stash some things that they found on the ground, then there's plenty of space in this dress.
How many rocks do you have?
Huh?
How many rocks do you have that you picked up off the side of the road?
Anna starts pulling out stones and grass and twigs and like little like shards of like the broken rocks from the mountain, like just
This is why we're friends. And Nora's gonna start pulling out
another
some
flower
collection.
crown.
Yeah.
You got some too?
Uh-huh. Yes. The world is beautiful. And I love it.
Oh,
Can I take out a dress for you?
Okay.
I mean, Ennis, if you're worried about like the tactical readiness of not wearing pants, like when we fought the Azamar, none of them they were all wearing robes. That was a whole thing. Didn't seem to mess them up even a little bit. I had a few of them actually managed to tie it kind of around their waist, and it gave them like more maneuverability than most of the pants we were in. It was a whole thing. You probably
I will say, fighting in a skirt, I've never really had any problem with it unless it was like longer than like mid-calf to ankle. Fighting in a floor-length skirt is hard, but
I think when you say mid-calf to ankle, Kane just kind of like lifts up one hoof, and there's still another 5 inches of fabric trailing on the ground.
yeah, you're gonna want to get those hemmed. But I think I will.
Yeah,
take
probably.
this. It's very pretty and very comfortable. You have really nice socks.
Okay. Well,
Let's
what
find
do you
one
think,
for Anna.
Nora?
I think she's gonna look to the shopkeeper for a second. Like, what color do you think would suit her best? Because I'm thinking like lavender.
He's gonna slide over, shoulder to shoulder with you. As they stand next to each other, Jackie is 6'3", and he is built. So when he curls his arm to mimic and mirror what Nora's doing, his arm, his bicep, like shreds out, and it looks to be like the size of Nora in her entirety.
Big dude. Big human. Big
Like
person.
lavender, because she's so naturally pale, it would be so pretty.
Just
That
like,
or a blue, like a periwinkle. What? But you're the expert.
Looks up at Jackie.
Insert something someone who knows how to wear clothes would say.
Yep.
Here's a question: what color are Annis's eyes?
they're crimson. They're like a dark red. And just like she's gaunt, like she's, I mean, like the skin, like her skin is pulled like really tight over her bones. Like she looks almost skeletal, but like somehow still has like some kind of definition. And her pale skin is like nearly translucent. It's not as opaque as like regular skin.
Yep, lavender. Okay, we're going with that.
I mean, she's kind of scary. She's kind of scary looking.
Unfortunately, I am going to have to close the shop in not too much longer, so let's get our final selections and get them
Yes.
paid for.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can kind of, if, you guys come up with whatever style you'd like. I think this is like our finding our character's clothing for the rest of the season type.
Yeah.
Oh no. No.
Costume design.
Yeah, right. Each outfit is going to be 1 gold piece.
And we had a bag of 50, so we're fine.
And they're fairly nice clothes, but nothing to. They're very well designed, but it's not like regal clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely like a pricey Sears.
Sure.
Like, let's make that reference in 2022.
A price.
You guys remember Sears?
let's be deeply anachronistic, both in fantasy and in reality.
Yeah. You guys remember the pricey part of J.C. Penney?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So, you guys, Bartleby, I don't know if you wanted to.
I'm not really looking to change my style up at all. Maybe just sort of refresh the look that I've had going. Any pants with nice gilded studs going down the side, perhaps a suede vest, a nice little, collar pin with some nice little bits
Emo
of dangly.
cowboy.
Emo cowboy. With a little bit of, honestly though, after talking to you for a little, for some time, I would also like if there's any little bit of flair in there too. So any extra little. We've got a little bit of glitter, a little bit of shine. I'd go in that direction.
Here's a game. Count the skulls in my brother's outfit.
It's a lot.
Well,
It's more than 3.
it's-
less than 38.
It's almost time for me to drink for the evening. So I'll be honest, I don't care that much.
There.
If this was the other side of the day, totally, but not right now.
I mean, maybe if I see you later at the bar, you'll be a little interested in how many skulls I got on my outfit.
I will be more
Okay.
interested in your entire backstory and how much you're willing to spend on drinks.
That's a conversation I'd be willing to have.
Okay.
Okay.
Nora, does Barnaby think he's getting hit on?
I don't know. Is he getting hit on?
I don't think so.
I don't
I think they look
either,
really
but,
cute together.
Listen, we'll see where the night takes us.
All right.
So
yeah.
we've each acquired our new clothing, and so the gold how is that being paid for? I should ask.
Have we decided if any of us want to keep track of the group stash of gold? If not, we can maybe do that. Otherwise, we could split up the 50 gold. If not, I'm also happy to just pay for everybody's. It's their first outfits. I don't want them to pay for their first outfits. That feels lame.
I think Kane probably would have left the bag of money to one of the moonstones.
I'll take it. So I'll pay for all the gold. I'll pay for it. How much is it? 4 gold?
Mm-hmm.
I give him 5.
Hey, big spender.
Very good.
So wait,
I'm just
is
gonna keep
Anis's-
track of it separately here.
So is Annis not in a dress?
If you wanted
Does
to
that
get things that aren't a dress as well, yes, but Nora would have picked
No,
out.
Yeah, I think whatever I got, it's just
Yep.
what you completely chose.
Amazing.
I have one. I do have one little request though,
Mm-hmm.
that the pockets like that they're in the skirt. There's like easy access pockets to like pull out weapons.
Yeah.
So, like her daggers and her boomerang.
Yeah.
Would you like me to go on my little rant about historical pockets?
I really want to, but I just saw Tyler's face. So I think we should wait.
Tyler, I'm sorry you invited his costumer
is
to the
so
campaign.
Oops. Oh, was I that obvious about it? Oh my goodness.
I mean, heaven forbid the entire campaign all goes to like a paint your own pottery or make your own pottery shop in South of Lore.
Oh yes, then it'll
Yes.
be your turn to Smokey.
Also-
Stop eating paper.
Also, 10 out of 10 Adventure Zone reference. 10 out of 10 Adventure Zone reference. Like, the fact that that's a real thing in an actual play. Amazing.
If you take these, obviously not now, they're closed. If you take these clothes to the Savath brothers and you show them the Allure, I work for the Allure company, Olore, they will give you a 20% discount to turn them into, as you called it, military grade armor.
Ooh.
Thank you.
It won't
It
look
does seem-
nearly as nice as this, but it will protect you better in those situations where you might have to deal with someone.
Oh my gosh.
Kane picks up the plate armor, starts putting it back on.
Over the cotton. Yeah,
Over the cotton.
beautiful.
Alright, yeah, where are we off to next?
I'm getting a little hungry.
Yeah, dinner.
What time? Do we know what time it
It's
is?
true, we haven't eaten in a while.
The sun is setting.
Only thing I've had to eat all day was that lemon. That's what it was called, right? Lemon?
Yes, that was a lemon. You
Yeah.
ate. Yep.
I don't get it. Why plant trees with fruit you're not supposed to eat?
Well, people do eat it, but just not like that. They.
Don't be so sour about it, Kane.
Listen,
Like-
it's fine. It's just
Canned
confusing.
studio audience laugh.
I find that pun very appealing.
All right, easy. All right, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get cut.
We're moving to the next scene.
We're gonna take a little break.
Cool.
We're gonna
Ooh.
come back
Yay.
probably in 7 or 8 minutes. In the meantime, the characters can have a nice little meal. And we'll be back in a little bit.
All right.
I'm gonna feed the cats.
It's a good idea. All right, bye.
All right. See everybody in a minute. Click. I am a ghost. You can't see me anymore. Wait, Tyler, when are we coming back?
7 minutes.
All right, cool. See you in 7 minutes. Bye.
7:45 CST.
The goblins have been fed. I'm sorry for the constant feline intrusions.
Got myself some more tea.
Nice.
There's a girl in on my dorm hall that brought like the cutest and it looks like an antique teapot like with flowers and everything on it, but it's a tea kettle, like electric tea kettle.
Good.
That's
So
adorable.
cute.
I have a very nice porcelain teapot in my collection that I'm very proud of.
Yep, it's super cute.
That's very good.
Teapot.
Oh, let me see. Wait. I didn't see. Can you bring it back? No! Cass! Bring it back! I didn't get to see it. I saw the handle.
I'd like to take this moment to thank everyone who is watching, and for everyone participating in chat. We very much appreciate it. Sam, there you go.
So pretty.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
That's
The
stunning.
Maker's Mark. Fine, say China, Japan. Probably not definitely not antique. Definitely a mass-produced piece, but also
Very pretty.
yes.
Also,
Got
Sam.
it.
I don't. Are we live right now?
Yes.
Cool. Hey everybody. Sam makes really badass pottery and stuff. Those pictures you were showing us were rad. Those are the pieces you're working on look so cool.
Thank you. I'm really excited about them. Yeah, that's my full-time gig. So
I mean, it makes sense. It's very, very cool. Very good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
So welcome back. The crew has had a nice meal that they can find throughout the city. There are 3 options for food. There is the low, medium, and high option, depending on how good the quality you want the food to be. And it'll be 2 copper, 8 copper, or 2 silver. And then ranking up accordingly. So
I have a. Sorry.
whatever you guys would like to spend on the food, I will allow you to do so as per what you think your character would.
I have a feeling like Bartleby would probably be like, "I'm gonna order for the table." Moment.
If that option is available, I will happily order for the table. I will buy the most expensive things, and I will not think twice about it. I also will say that if we are all doing family style, which is probably the most fun way to eat, I don't know if this is a role I should make, but I'm just going to tell you, Dungeon Master, and you guys can all close your ears. I am not going to eat anything. But I will try not to make it seem like I'm not eating anything.
Can you make a sleight of hand check for me?
Sure.
You're literally doing that trick where you like pour behind your head to make it.
No, not exactly. I'm imagining more that I'm just being very social, and if I'm like
Sure.
giving people food and no.
I just
not
like
actually,
the
like,
sleight of hand
sneaky.
implications here.
Yeah. Let's go for it. I'll roll it. It's not bad. It's a 16.
Yeah, it's everyone seems to be you've been surviving on the daily rations that you just kind of carry around with you, and you're to a full meal. I think everyone's way too excited about the meal to really notice. But you are able to do some of those very sly, like pick up a piece of bread and you kind of hold it up to your mouth and you kind of scratch your nose a little bit and set it back down. Speaking of Bartleby, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. Love to see it.
What?
Love to see it.
What?
Not the
What?
best, but not the worst. If it was a death saving throw, I'd have passed, because that's an 11.
The darkness hits, and the moon rises. And you're starving. And the food in front of you actually nauseates you a little bit. There's this tingling on the back, right under your neck. And you start feeling the need to tap your fingers. You just kind of stretch your neck a little bit. You feel this carnal hunger begin to overwhelm you. You look around, and you are forced to stand up. You feel your body act on its own, and you stand, and you clench your fists, and you just kind of have to lick your lips a little bit, because the smell of others makes you feel like your insides are clawing. How would you like to proceed?
Listen, guys. This has been a wonderful night so far, but something not feeling right. I think I'm going to go to bed early.
Are you okay?
Yes. I'm fine. I'm just tired.
Would you like one of us? Oh, sorry.
No.
No. Oh, would you like one of us to walk you back?
I don't think so.
Can I roll an insight check as his sister to see if I know what the fuck is going on?
Yes.
That historical insight set.
Roll that insight set, baby.
What?
There is a question in Bartleby's private channel that I need an answer to.
Oh, let me see.
You are free to make an insight check with an advantage, Nora.
Nice.
That's a 21.
This is not the first time that you have seen him overwhelmed. You can tell his body is acting of an instinct. You're not 100% sure where it goes, where it takes him. But it unsettles you. And it is familiar to you.
If you decide you're not...
Alright, I just typed you a long answer.
Sure. I've got it pulled up, I can see.
If you decide you're not okay, actually, please tell me.
I'm okay. I think I need some rest. I guess, I mean, Kane, if you wanted to take a walk, I'd be happy to, but, I think otherwise I'm good.
Yeah. And Kane sort of clocks the other two. Yeah, I'll go with you. We can take a walk. You two gonna be okay, getting back on Young? And I think Kane gets up, and the bone swarm pulls money from Kane's pocket, sets it down on the table, and Kane follows Bartleby.
All right. Okay. Is it dark out?
It is.
Okay. Kane, I'm not going back to our room. There's something I need to take care of. It is not something I'm particularly proud of, and it is not something that I particularly enjoy. But this is a very well-guarded city, and I could use your help. That being said, this is a moment where we need to have a circle of trust. I would like to, if you want to help me figure some shit out tonight, I'm happy for you to, but none of this can go back to my sister. And I would say Anis as well, because I imagine that she would tell her, because Anis is a very open creature.
Yeah, I think that comes from having literally been born pretty damn close to yesterday, as it were. That is entirely reasonable, and Bartleby, a man's business is his own.
Well, it is, but in my case, it's also other people's. Do you remember the other day? And as we're having this conversation, I'm walking him towards the garden.
Sure.
When do you remember the other day when Anis tried eating an insect or some animal pieces, and she got a little overly excited?
Sure.
Well, I have something like that, and I have ways of sort of tempering it down a bit, so it's not too in the way. I've made some quite uncomfortable arrangements to keep it a little bit in tow, but every now and then I have to feed the beast, so to say. So what I'm about to go do is go find a random person and kill them. And I would like your help in doing that. Ideally, it would be a person that is, if you want it to be a bad person, it can be. I don't really care. My main concern is that it does not get back to me or to you. And it seems like the garden is the place to do that. Do you want to go with me? You definitely don't have to.
Well,
I must confess, there's absolutely no way you can talk me out of this. It's more a matter of if you would like to help me make sure that everything is okay and that I can make it back to you guys.
Fuck me, run it. Do I have any idea what he's talking about? Does any of this vibe with like anything that I would understand?
What do you know of the mythological? What do you know of the darker creatures of the material plane? Not of the nine hells.
That's my question to the DM.
Make a history check at disadvantage, okay.
History dis. Got it. All right, that's gonna be. Oh, that would have been an nat 20. That's a 4.
It feels like Bartleby's got, something going on, but.
And I've never heard of anyone having this predilection.
Other than just like guys just wanting to kill people.
Yeah, which this doesn't seem to be the case.
Bartleby has seemed to be a gentleman with a good upbringing up until this point.
Right. Fuck me running.
Look, this is not going to be a long situation. I'm not trying to find... This is the goal. Normally when I do this, I just look for the weakest, most alone person I can find. So that's kind of what I'd like to do here.
Again, tactically not a bad solution, but Bartleby...
What would you prefer?
He's a non-combatant.
That's the point. If I don't do this, I could hurt one of you. Or worse, hurt Nora. I don't want to do that. So, instead of putting all of our lives at risk by going and fighting some gallivanting thing that brings a lot of looks on us, I'd rather find one lonely soul, make it a fast little moment, and then it's gone out of my mind and out of yours. At least for the time being.
How long has this been going on? there, buddy?
Well, it used to be a lot worse, believe you me. But a couple, no, almost a year or so, a little bit longer, 2 years maybe. The first one was rough, the second one's been easier. There was a while where I had a lot less control of what was happening.
Alright, I'll, stand watch?
I'm not really sure. I'm, you know, you are a tracker and a sneaky fellow, so maybe perhaps we see what we see. Think about it as just hunting. Just hunting. Think about it like hunting.
Alright. We're heading to the gardens then. That was why you brought up all of the, where's the worst place to take your sister situation?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not worried about Nora. She can handle herself in any
Of course.
situation.
I mean, clearly. Yeah, alright. Alright.
And the truth of the matter is she knows that I am cursed, and she knows it is something I struggle with, but I've kept some of it from her. And I would like to keep it
this is
way.
an out of character question. What languages do you speak?
Oh, that is a good question. Let me check on my character chart. I speak deep speech, Elvish, and Common.
Wonderful. In deep speech, Kane turns to you and says, "If we get caught and we don't get to follow the corruption back to the source, you and I are gonna have problems."
I don't think we're going to get caught. I think it's more of a situation of how many people we need to kill to not get caught. I'm pretty confident in our abilities.
Let's keep this quiet, as quiet as we possibly can, and stick to deep speech. I don't want anybody getting wise.
Okay, but there's some words I don't know. I might need to do some transliteration-y stuff.
We'll figure it the fuck out.
And yeah, and then if it's cool, let's wander over to sneak on over to the garden, find some lonely soul.
Okay, so we're gonna make a few checks in a row.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need a stealth check from both of you.
Yeah, that's gonna end poorly right out of the gate. Let me check something real quick.
I think you have disadvantage because of your armor.
I do. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I have to make that better. I don't think so.
I know. To be honest, I spent a lot of dinner thinking about how I should maybe talk to Anis about this, but I just don't trust her not to say anything to Nora.
Yeah, I think my skills here are going to be mostly about seeing things coming more than they are about being stealthy.
Well, we're going in loud and proud, so I suppose we'll just work with whatever situation approaches us, because I got a 5.
I got an 11, weirdly enough.
Oh my god. Jesus.
You guys make your way toward the garden, and though fairly well lit, that most of the town is, the garden has this. Some of the flora and fauna actually give off a natural bioluminescence. And you kind of understand why most of the. It's like the place you don't want to go at night because they don't light it very well, because it looks very pretty, but it's not great to see through the dark. There are a few people. There's a guard standing on the edge. I'm going to move my... There we go. So we can see the garden a little more clearly on the camera. Standing at the entryway, there is a guard standing at the south entrance and at the north entrance. Throughout the garden, you can see that there are 1 or 2 guards doing patrols, but there are civilians scattered amongst the area. The guard, as you guys are kind of trying to come around, are you going through the south or north entrance?
Whichever one looks emptier.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be the north entrance. You guys make your way. You were trying to be quiet about it, but as you're adjusting to your new clothes, Kane, the armor is just kind of rattling around, and Bartleby, you feel this. The hunger is rising, and you actually begin to like snarl a little, and you turn it into a cough, but a couple onlookers do kind of turn and like, oh, is he sick? What's going on? And now you guys have made your way into the garden. The guard seems to be at the entrance, unfazed, a little cautious of the way Kane looks, obviously because of his demonic heritage, but
yeah,
no more different than any of the other citizens or guardsmen that have looked at you. I would like Bartleby to make a perception check, please.
Just Bartleby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's terrible. It's a 4.
Oof.
As you look around, everyone looks delicious.
Is it like a lot of people out and about, or is it like scattering?
It's
Are there
scattered.
moments where we are alone?
Yes.
All right. I am going to try to get us. All right. Let's get as. I want to get like deep in, up against near an area near one of the walls. So like either to the far south or to like sort of the Midwest. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Like as far from the entrances as I can, near an area where we're actually quite close to one of the outer walls. That is not an entrance nor an exit.
Okay, I'm gonna go based on where your cursor is. That's kind of where we're aiming for.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget you can see my cursor. Ooh, the power. Okay, so once we get in that area, I am going to look around to see if I can see if there's anybody that looks like they are not doing too much or just sort of hanging around.
You
I'm
gotta,
also looking for...
you gotta love all characters having dark vision. I need both of you to make a perception check, please.
Wonderful. Oh, for the love of God. That's a natural one.
There's nobody there. There's no... I rolled terrible.
I've got one thing for each of you actually. Bartleby, you actually feel almost overwhelmed. Like you're having like a bit of a sensory overload. That it's been you're teetering on a long time of not feeding and being in civilization for the first time in a while, a couple weeks. It's like it's really itching at you, and it's like everybody that walks by is like, I want him, I want him, I want him, I want him, I want him. Kane, you try to look, but you are instantly distracted by the ferocity that Bartleby is showing. He's just got his back is arching a little, and his hands are coming out almost claw-like, and he's got this snarl to him, and his jaw is kind of like aiming at different people as they walk by. You've seen Bartleby be terrifying before, but this is like a weird animalistic version of it, rather than the cool, collected, undead visage he usually has. This is this weird creature. Bartleby, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay, I hope that I'm not hungry for Kane.
Oh god.
Demon blood, we'll see. That's pretty good. That's
I mean,
an 18.
Imagine wanting canes for dinner. Couldn't be me.
That's an 18. 18 is good. It's the first good roll of the night.
Okay. Good.
Christ almighty.
You
I mean, I got a 21 on insight for you, so that was a pretty good roll.
you actually
I meant for me. Yeah, you guys are real good.
Bartleby, you feel yourself lunge forward just a hair, and as you feel your fingers dig into the ground, you stop yourself, and you can hear a whistle, like a, and you can feel it pull back just a little bit.
Okay.
Nora,
Yep.
Who has the talisman, by the way? Does she still have the talisman?
Oh, I have it with me right
You
now.
have it? Okay, never mind.
I only give it to her sometimes.
That's fine. That's fine.
Sorry, little sister.
Nora, never mind. Bartleby, your talisman begins to glow faintly.
Mm-hmm.
Kane, stay with me, buddy. You doing all right?
I need to find someone soon. Okay, how about that person? Excuse me. I just say to the next person that walks by.
Yes?
You look in need of a drink. I've got this. My friend. He left some wine. He's a silly guy. He left some wine by those bushes near the big tree, right by that fence. But it's a whole case of it. I've got these weak little arms. I'm not able to carry it by myself. Would you perhaps help me? You could have half of it. Just 4 or 5 bottles to yourself. Well, 4 bottles. But if you do a good job, 5. So good stuff.
Make a deception check, please.
I will, and I'm gonna use the talisman if I need to. But I might not, because that's a 22.
Woo! Whoa. Buddy.
Well, if a friend asks you for help, you help him. So he's gonna
Thank you very much.
walk with you.
This way. And the moment that we get out, the moment that we get into an area of any sort of darkness, I'm going to cast Blindness Deafness on him.
Okay.
So he needs to make a Constitution saving throw. And I'm not going to do this until we're like off the road and in the bushes.
I'm also staying at a distance.
That is a 4.
Doing my best to remain unseen.
So he
and
is
watch-
blinded.
Yeah.
And then I am going to bite him
Make an attack roll, please.
as my fangs sort of break out, there's a little bit of it's like a violent eruption of fangs as I take a bite attack, and it's with advantage because the fucker's blinded, which is good because the first one was only a 9, second one's a 15.
Definitely gonna hit. Roll for damage.
That is 5 damage.
That'll exactly do it. As you sink your teeth into him, and you hear a... And Kane, you see Bartleby latch onto him, and then the body is tightened for a second, and then suddenly limp in Bartleby's arms.
This is why I have to chase the corruption.
What do you mean?
I made a deal with someone very powerful. Once I destroy it, I will be rid of this curse. But until then, this is a part of me. Please don't tell anyone. As I try to wipe the blood from my face.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell anyone.
Let's get out of here a little bit more quietly than we came in.
Seems reasonable.
And I'm going to reach up to you, just tap you on the forehead and cast invisibility on you.
Oh.
Shit.
Make your way back to the house. I'm just gonna take the wall. And sort of without waiting to talk, I'm gonna turn around and use my spider climb to leave the garden by climbing the wall.
Okay. I need you to make a stealth check for me, please.
Flat, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, Kane, you're fine.
Oh, cool.
You're invisible. This is based on sight.
Oh, please don't be terrible. Oh my god, it was almost so terrible. 15. I know, that's 17.
You you feel fairly confident in your abilities. But
Okay.
as you scale the wall and make your way over, the moment you cross over, you hear, mister?
I'm just gonna walk. Act like I didn't hear him.
You continue walking. Kane, you can easily see him as he
Sure.
comes into the street. No one seems to chase, but you do hear in the distance from the garden a very high-pitched shriek.
Yeah.
Cool. And I shall keep my concentration going on invisible until I get back to the castle and make sure Kane is back as well.
And I guess the girls just have a nice night out, finish their meal. You know.
Is there anything that the girls would like to do? Some time has passed. It's been probably an hour or so.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
What? I
Go
feel
for
like
it.
Nora would want to find, just for Ennis, like somewhere in the city where someone's playing live music.
That's not too far away from where you are.
Perfect.
In the food court district, as it were, there is a few different solo acts playing, attempting to beg for money.
Good.
Work for
So,
money, I shouldn't say
Nora
beg for
will
money.
Buskers? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So this is called dancing. It's something you do with music, and you move. See, like they're doing. Point out some people dancing if there are any. Come on.
Let's see how many people are dancing. That's fun. There are 6 people dancing.
There are about to be 8.
Amazing.
Can I like roll a? Is there something like? Can I mimic what the other people are doing?
You can do a performance check if you'd like.
I'm sure.
I will also do a performance check because damps.
Oh. That's a 6.
That's also a 6.
Hey.
You guys are trying so hard to mimic everyone else that you forget that dancing to your own beat is the most beautiful thing of all. But this is a sad amalgamation of everyone's different dance moves at once. That's fun. I think you each rolled a 6 and I rolled a 6. You guys are. That's terrifying.
Are we all? So we're all on par.
Yeah.
And we summon
Yeah.
more demons.
Yikes! 3 6s.
Dancing with the demon got 3 6s.
Amazing.
Are there people like sitting around and like drinking and
Oh, yeah.
eating?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is a bustling city, even as the night the night comes about.
Hey Nora.
Mhm.
What are they drinking? What is this? Is that blood?
No, it's well, it's gonna be a lot of different things. There's gonna be some wine and some beer, mead, different types of ales and liquors. It's
Is it tasty? Does it taste good? Does it taste like blood?
doesn't taste like blood, but it does taste good.
Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna grab Nora. I'm gonna grab Nora and like start kind of bringing her over
What is
to
the legal
whatever kind of.
drinking age in this city?
And is Annis of it? The answer is
And
no.
is Nora of
Ennis's age is measured close to like dog years, I think.
Like, I know that historically children drinking wasn't as big of a thing because there wasn't as much access to clean water, but has Nora had alcohol before?
I would say yes. On the very rare occasion that you were able to swipe some because you saw your parents doing it, and
Okay, so I stole a sip of champagne at a fancy party.
yeah,
That works for me.
it's not necessarily frowned upon for children to drink, but in your family it is for you to drink.
Yes,
a
I'm big,
13-year-old girl.
obviously. Like, I don't have a lot of experience drinking alcohol.
That's okay, it looks delicious, come on!
I know the reason most people drink it isn't because of the taste. It has an effect on the body.
It smells like, I can smell it. Something just, I want to go up to, is there a
If you'd
bar?
like to try some, have a drink. I would be comfortable with that.
Annis is
Do you
just,
want something more sweet or something more tart?
I'm pulling you up to the bar and I'm like, I don't know.
Something sweet, go for like a port wine or a mead. If you want something tart, go for like an ale.
Port. I like how that sounds. Excuse me.
How you
Excuse
doing?
me.
A very large half-orc woman with like the torso is very wide, but not in like an overweight sense, but more in like a this person works out so hard that their body is just large, like Samoan almost. You know you know what I refer to, like Maui from Moana for a better reference. Hey, how you doing?
Hi. I would Nora. What is it? What is it called
A
again?
glass of port.
May I please have a glass of port?
That'll be 4 copper pieces.
And Annis will just look at Nora.
Nora will hand over. I believe she'd probably have some money, just, you know. I don't think Bartleby would walk away without giving the girls a way to pay for their meal, so we'll
I
hand
would
4
give them too much money and hope they spent it.
And she's just gonna look up at the bartender and quietly say, "This is my friend's first time having alcohol. She is of age. Please only give her the 1 drink."
I'm not asking questions. And she pours she pours the drink and she slides it down the counter to her.
And I snatch it and sniff it. Takes a tiny sip.
Annis, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh no. Roll for alcoholism.
No.
It's the first time I think I've ever seen this done as a wisdom save.
Hey, nat 20.
You feel this weird sensation go on as it touches your lips and you kind of smack a little bit. Your vision kind of goes dark, and your mind begins to almost play this scene in your head where you open your eyes and you're at a very fancy party. And you look around and everyone is very well dressed, very noble looking clothing. And people are dancing. And you look down in your hand and you have this very nice wine glass with something in it you can't remember. And you see a tiefling walk up to you, purple in color, and he extends a hand out to you and you blink again and you're back at the bar with Nora, and you feel happy. You feel at peace, which is a very rare feeling in and of itself.
I think she's just gonna she just throws back the rest of the drink and slams it on the bar, slaps her hand down, goes, "All right, time to dance. Let's go. Here we go." And drags Nora back into the crowd.
Nora has no problem with dancing. That's
to
fine.
go dance. This is so much fun. I feel you're my best friend. You're my best friend. And
You're a really good friend too. I'm really glad we met.
I'm just so lucky. Just like dance, like really feeling herself, like just tails going out and around and swinging Nora around, probably like tosses her up in the air a couple times.
Yeah, Nora's just happy to be here.
Alright, is that the end of the evening for you ladies?
Most likely.
Is there, when we're leaving, walking away, are there tables?
Sure.
Are there any, like, partial glasses of liquid on
Left
those
out.
tables?
Yeah.
You're gonna
Okay.
get roofied.
Nora's, I'm gonna try and swipe a glass on our way out. One with like as much liquid in it as possible.
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
Should I be making a perception as well?
You can definitely see her reach for it if you'd like to interfere.
It's a dirty 20.
You, in your stride, you gracefully reach out and whisk up a 3/4 drink of a light brown liquid.
And I just try to sneakily throw it back.
Nora, would you like to interfere in any way?
I feel like I should roll to see. I should roll perception to see if I see this at all, since it was like a dirty 20 for the sleight of hand.
Well, the sleight of hand wasn't so much as to hide it as it was to see how well she could pick up the glass.
Well, anyway, I got 23 perception, so I'm definitely aware. I think she's just gonna kind of like, please be careful.
It's fine. I'm fine. Listen. It's fine. It's okay. I love you. It's great.
I love you too, Ennis. Okay. Let's get you back to the...
Do you drink the contents?
Yep.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
There it is.
Na, 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 na. 15.
Do you start to feel your eyelids are a little heavy, and blinking is starting to kind of get annoying. Your body feels kind of warm. Feels kind of good. Feels nice. Everything's nice.
I'm just gonna take Nora's hand and swing back and forth. Best friend out on the town. Yeah, demon and a child cleric. Yeah.
Shadow cleric.
Bartleby and Kane, you guys make your way back to the castle earlier than the other two. Do you enter your rooms for the evening?
Yes. Once I get myself cleaned off, though, I'm like, oh my god, much better. Thank you, Kane. I really do appreciate coming with me on that. You don't need to do that again if you don't want to. Usually I'm able to take care of this in, like, out in the world. Hopefully it won't happen again for at least a little while.
Yeah, he is hoping. Don't worry too much about me tagging along or not. If you need somebody to run interference, keep an eye out. Happy to do that. But we keep our eyes on the prize, alright? You and I both know what we're trying to do here. Alright.
I know. Listen, I put on a show like I am a bit of a dingus. I know I'm doing it. I know what matters here.
Yeah.
I'm not as much of a dick as I pretend to be. But it's good to facilitate a certain presentation.
So long as that presentation is toward the same end, I don't think we're going to come into any problems, alright?
Oh, between you and me? Oh, certainly not. No. Between us and the world, we'll see. But, no. Goodness, no.
I mean, I think we've already had our fair share of problems between us and this particular world. I doubt those are going to be slowing down anytime soon. Listen.
All right. Yes?
Barnaby, you have a good night, buddy. And I will see you in the morning.
You too. Thanks again.
Yeah.
All right. To bed.
I think Kane slings himself away. And posts up on the floor of his room.
Pause. As you open your door,
Oh, fuck.
there
What?
is a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That is on the ground, looks to be slid under the door.
Perfect. Pick up that piece of paper, post up on the floor. What does the piece of paper say?
It is in common, and it says, I want the threat dealt with as much as anyone else. And they don't tell the general public anything.
Mm-hmm.
She keeps things very quiet, but I am able to hear a few things. One of those things is that there is prophesized attacks from the Nyx raid.
Yeah.
They've all been correct, and the next one is set in 3 months. And it's signed The Informant.
There fire going in this room?
Not currently. There are candles to be lit.
Okay. Just light up a candle. Burn the piece of paper. And then settle back down and pulls a book from his bag. Absolute salvaged piece of shit, barely clinging to life. Opens it up. He's got some hand-scrawled notes. There are a couple of things that have been written by someone that wasn't him. All the, like, loose sheets and bits of paper that he's been able to pull talking about this plane of existence. Anything that has led him in this direction. And I think he's just going to go back over everything and look for any indication that the corruption would lead to some sort of bizarre undead parasitism. And what the fuck he just saw.
Can you make an intelligence check for me?
Yeah, just flying in?
Yeah.
Great. That's 12.
It's always felt like the corruption was something. But it always felt more like a creature.
Yeah.
Rather than and seeing the auras, the mists, the shadows that were, and you're reminded of that elk, one of the first corrupted creatures that you saw as it was breaking itself as it was moving, and you remember the growths that you saw. It feels almost like you were only told a small percentage of what this thing truly could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting that sense. Nothing specifically on bloodsucking.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Annis and Nora, you arrive back at the castle.
Cool. I think Nora is going to make sure Annis gets into bed, even if that is against her will. Tuck her in.
Still dancing.
Like, you need to sleep, hun. Annis.
And just falls down and passes out.
Okay. And then is going to go find Bartleby's room and knock on the door.
Okay.
Wait, Nora! Nora!
Yeah?
Nora! Thank you!
Of course.
Thank
What are friends
you!
for?
Best friends! Best friends! Passes out.
Bartleby is doing like fake karate by himself in his room. He's feeling like full of energy and like super upbeat.
Amazing.
Bartleby?
Yeah. Well,
Come
one
in.
second. Make it look like I've been sleeping. And I walk up and I open the door. Hey, how's it going, sis? You okay? Did you have fun?
Yeah, I did. I showed Annis what live music in a city at night sounds like, and we danced. It was fun.
That is awesome. I feel bad I took Kane away from that. Oh well. Hopefully he'll get to try some of that too.
Can I come in?
Sure. Come in. I open the door, sit down on the bed.
So, what happened tonight had something to do with your curse, right? I know some, not all of it.
Is it okay if I say yes and we leave it at that?
Yeah, I don't need to know everything.
Do you remember that while... You remember after I got kicked out of school, there was some time that I ran away from home for a bit and was kind of doing my own thing?
When you went feral.
Yeah. Well, I found something in the... I broke back into the school, because there was a book I found. I mean, it's what led to me getting... It's how I found my new arm and things. It's not all just normal wizard spells, as much as, I like to pretend it is. And it helps me hold the curse in. But it's not perfect. And there are times when it starts to break free. And in those moments, I don't like being around other people. I don't like what it does to me. I'm sorry I lied to you.
I've seen that look in your eye before, and I don't think you're lying to me. Holding details back isn't the same as lying.
I know that there's this look that you get in your eye, this instinct that you can't help that's connected to your curse. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it causes you pain in some way.
Well, it does, but it doesn't. Also, I mean, there's parts of it that do. I don't want my burden to spill over onto you. And I know that is going to annoy you. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you're very capable. I know you're the most powerful spellcaster that I know. I know that you can summon life and light and are a constant ebb of joy to everyone around you. I know all of this, and I know that you don't like me talking down to you, and that is not what I am doing here. This is a different sort of thing.
And you're also my brother who wants to take care of me. I know.
Exactly. And that's where the pain comes from.
I know.
Sometimes, honestly, some of it feels kind of good. The curse, I mean.
I could see a lot of versions of events where a kid like me could have grown up feeling very much alone, and I never ever did because you were right there. You have always been the brother who takes care of me, and I don't need to know all the details of what's going on with your curse if you don't want to share them. But I want to give a little bit of that back. I don't want you to feel like you're alone in this either.
I know I'm not. You're still a kid. I know you don't want to hear that.
I know.
There's just some things you shouldn't see, shouldn't know about yet.
When you're ready, I'll be here to listen.
Okay. And in the meantime, also, I love you very much.
I love you
always feel terribly awkward in these moments with you, and I think you know that. I find it utterly fascinating that these demons that we're traveling with have just decided that you're the leader. And I think it's because they don't like my attitude, which is very unusual for me because everyone usually loves my attitude.
Either that or they're too nervous to tell you no. I mean...
I don't know.
You know how,
I'm gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
I don't want to compare you to Father, but you know how when he, gives people that glare and they know they're beneath him? You kind of have the glare.
I've been practicing it.
Oh, gosh.
Oh,
it's a good tool to have in the toolbox.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, whatever is happening with me, I think that getting this artifact to these Crimson Cloaks or whomever that might destroy it, I think that...
Gauntlet.
Thank you. You've always been a better note taker than me. I think that will help. I don't know what to even call him. The fellow that I found in a book that helps me hold the curse in.
Yeah, your magic friend.
Exactly. When we're done with this, with getting rid of the Nixraid, whatever it is, the dark flowing things, it should be what it should help.
Okay. Nora's gonna give him a hug.
He's gonna do the thing where he stands like this. And then slowly gives a proper hug.
Oh boy.
Good night, Bartleby.
Good night, Nora.
I think as Annis hit the ground, sort of at the top of this conversation, Kane is gonna close his book and step out into the hall. Did you make it to your room?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Nora would have made sure
I think I
she
passed
did.
out on the floor.
Yeah, Nora actually
Yeah,
escorted her to the bed, and I think tucked her
okay.
in, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, then never mind. If you're in bed, then I was gonna go
You thought I
drag
was
you out
on
of the
the floor.
hallway. I was gonna go drag you out of the hallway, but yeah.
All right. After that, we all settle into each of our rooms for a very comfortable night's sleep. For Kane and Annis, it is uncomfortably comfortable. It's unsettling a little. Like, you don't want to let your guard down. You want to be ready to jump at anything. But every instinct is telling you, be ready. But your body is just like, I just want to lay here, man. So we have a long rest. For as tired as the group is, they're definitely clocked out snoozing. And each of you wake up to a
Coming.
Yeah. Alright, hold on. What do you need? Door's open.
Yep.
As those who open the door look, there is a guard standing at the ready at each of your doors.
Good morning.
I pushed mine open with mage hand.
It's early.
May I get dressed first? Brush my hair.
We have been told to inform you that if you would like to witness the research, you are allowed.
That's very exciting. Do I have time to get dressed?
I think we should go. We should do that for sure.
Should
Of course.
absolutely go. Yeah.
We will give you
Can I?
we will give you 20 minutes to get ready and to eat this breakfast that has been prepared for you. And a civilian will bring in a plate of food, meat, sausage, and some pancakes, hotcakes, to each of your rooms.
Thank you.
And they will show you to the room that you saw Carolia enter before. Please be at this room in 20 minutes if you'd like to witness the research. You will be unable to leave while the research is being conducted.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
They will leave. They will each leave the room and go back to their patrol.
I think as they leave, Kane just has a plate full of food, and it's like shoveling like a sausage into his mouth, and he sort of walks over to Nora. It seems oddly generous.
I mean, we're guests, so that's kind of standard. Kind, but standard.
I mean, didn't she make a whole big thing about not giving us any assurances that she wouldn't just fuck off with this thing, and now all of a sudden we're given an audience, you know?
I think the whole big thing about not giving assurances might have been, hate to say it, but it might have been kind of a you thing. Like,
Interesting. I don't like these people very much. Good sausage,
we
though.
should definitely stay on our toes, but also, when she said to me that she didn't want to see this world destroyed, so she, that whole spiel, she was being sincere. I fully believe that.
I mean, seems like it'd be a weird thing for her to want to destroy her plane of existence, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be weird.
Kind of low bar to, for unity here. I think we're all sort of shooting for not destroying the plane of existence.
Mhm. But at the very least, it doesn't seem like she wants to, use it.
Nah, that's true. That's true. Alright, well, I suppose we ought to get up there. Annis, you okay? You awake?
How's your head?
Shh.
Annis!
Oh my god.
Kane, do you know what alcohol is?
Oh, she didn't.
She did.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna mage hand the plate of food over to the bed and just like shovel it in my mouth while on my bed.
I tried very hard to say only one, and then she swiped a mystery mug of alcohol off a table as we were leaving, and I wasn't able to stop her.
She did a what? Off the who?
It's poison. It's all poison. I was poisoned.
I mean, you're not
I think I'm
wrong.
dying. I am dying right now.
Tyler,
Mhm.
do you think lesser restoration could cure a hangover? We've been over could it cure drunkenness? Can it
Yes.
cure a hangover?
Yes.
Great. I guess I'll go over to her, just pat her on the shoulder, and lesser
Amazing.
restoration the hangover away.
Thank you.
Feeling better?
Oh my gosh.
How much do you remember? I mean, you weren't that drunk until then, but
No, that was so much. Everybody was dressed so beautifully, and I danced with somebody, and he was just lovely, and it was a good night. It
interesting.
was amazing.
I'm glad you had fun. Just kind of give Kate a look of like, that did not happen.
She had one?
I don't know if I'm gonna drink that. What was it called? It's a part.
The drink we had was port. Port is a
port.
sweet wine. Usually
Yeah,
more of a
no.
sipping drink than a knocking it back drink like you did.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, nothing to be sorry for. You didn't know.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Did I hear that right, Anis? You went dancing? You took a... I mean, my
we
sister...
did dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't. We did dance. It wasn't like what she did.
Was he handsome?
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
That's just wonderful.
Nora, you don't remember? He was purple and he looked kind of like me. No. Oh.
Ennis.
I've always had a thing for tiefling boys. The skin tone, so nice. Excellent taste for your first night dancing.
I'm sorry.
We went.
I must have been I must have had a dream. That must have been a dream. I'm
We
so
did
tired.
dance. We
Yeah.
went to the place with the music near where we ate, and I showed you what
Right.
dancing was, and then you asked what everyone was drinking, and I said it was alcohol, and you wanted to try it.
She's
And then
gonna.
we danced more. He said I was your best friend a whole lot.
Right.
Really, the
yeah.
only one you danced
Yeah.
with was me.
Yeah, no, you're right. And she's gonna kind of like backtrack to like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. It was just a dream. It was a dream. I had so much fun dancing. It was
We could
It
find
was
you a purple
lovely.
tiefling to dance with. If that's something you're
Oh.
interested in.
maybe in my dream.
Okay.
Kate's
But you
gonna
had fun?
pull-
Yes.
Good.
Kate's gonna pull Ennis aside. Ennis, I've known you to slip out of time from time to time. You know, you've got some of those visions that you've told me about. We're not entirely sure what the hell's going on with those, right?
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever seen you mix that up with what actually happened.
I mean, I think I was out of sorts.
Yeah,
And it was a dream, and it was a really good dream, and I think I wanted it to be real.
alright, well. Just stay frosty. We got 2 more days here, and then we gotta ship out.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't need anybody shooting themselves in the foot, proverbially or otherwise, alright?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Nora, you gotta
I'm
teach
gonna
me
keep
that
my eye-
hangover thing. That was impressive, honestly.
It's just lesser restoration. I can make you undrunk if I want to as well.
That seems
It's
really
the worst.
expedient, honestly. Being able to slap the drunk off of somebody seems like it would be an effective way to deal with them.
Mhm.
Not gonna lie.
Yes. Oh, yes. Sometimes when our parents would throw really, really fancy parties, if there was someone who was being a little bit too rowdy, they'd have me just kind of put a hand on their back.
Sounds like something you could, that whole goods and like the people selling the bones, but you don't want to buy the bones. That
Yeah,
whole
money
thing?
can be exchanged for goods and services.
Yeah, I feel like that. What you just did to me would you could do something with that. My brain can't calculate exactly how you do it or what the technical term would be, but I'm sure you could do something with that.
We
Me?
are approaching the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
we-
Laura's gonna start
sorry.
heading. Yeah.
So we all
Let's
make our way
witness
to the
some
door.
research.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you. Just gotta flip in my step as we're starting the day.
Caralia, as you enter the room, it is frighteningly gigantic, the room that you enter. It is 75 feet in length, a very large cylindrical silo, as it were, that is 150 feet tall, maybe. And it is, aside from the floor having a mildly intricate marble design on the ground, the walls are fairly plain and white in color. Caralia stands at the center with her arms behind her back, just patiently waiting. And the guards that escorted you in close the door, and there are 2 guards left in, one of which being Renaya, and the other being a blue tiefling gentleman. They're both actually suited up rather than the chain armor they normally wear. They are wearing a full plate armor, I'm sorry. And they are standing prepared.
Nora's gonna give Renaya a little smile and a wave and a good morning, Renaya.
He cuts his eyes and he goes, he kind of adjusts himself back and stares ahead toward Caralia.
Good morning, Caralia.
Good morning, everyone. I offered a seat at the research as I felt I did not want to keep you in the dark.
Thank you.
And I was granted my 2 days of research myself before we send it on its travels. But I have a few hours that I am willing to share, so that you may see what I am doing. Whether you understand it or not is not really up to me, but maybe you will learn a thing or two. First of which being, and she will pull the fang out and hold it. I could see that your collection of femurs and skulls and such were carrying this. So I assume you know what happens when you touch it. And you embrace the corruption itself. However, and she will reach into the top of her dress and pull out a series of glowing amulets that are welded together in a very intricate design to create an incredibly powerful necklace of sort. And it is softly glowing this soft red color. This protects me from many things, one of which it has been designed to protect me from the corruption, as it were, as we have been studying it.
That is cool.
And she will...
Where could we get one of those?
It is very expensive, and it took a very long time for me to make this.
Probably
You
not
made
something we're going to be able to pick up at one of those clothing shops, huh, Ernest?
Mm.
You made it.
I
That's
think
so
you're right.
cool.
I did have a little bit of help from the Emerald Spear, but they are the best at what they do. And so I'm very sure that you are familiar with what I'm about to do, and any pain that you may suffer, I am incredibly sorry. And you see her eyes blink, and when they open back up, it is this bright yet dark red fire that starts glowing. And she throws the fang in the air, and you see the explosion of dark embrace as it breaks apart the entire room, and it all goes black as if you were back in the mountain. And you feel yourself surrounded by this horrible energy, and Nora, more than anyone else, feels this disconnect from just the essence of life itself, as you feel this horrible, encroaching anti-life.
When that darkness spreads out, I'm just gonna grab onto Nora's hand.
Yep, just squeeze.
As the fang starts falling, it stops, and it sharpens itself as it were it stood, and it starts to rotate very slightly as she has activated the corruption. And she does several movements and motions that anyone proficient in Arcana may make a check for me.
I studied Arcana in school. I didn't do my homework.
Nerd.
I didn't do my homework. 11.
The movements and motions that she makes seem to be a very advanced form of different spells that you've kind of studied, of different magic detection, of identification, and she throws out different glyphs, and they begin to glow and shimmer in different lights as they start to glow, and then you see it shift into the different schools of magic, evocation, transmutation, divination from another one, and you just see all this shifting and winding, all the glyphs begin turning and following the same motions that the fang is. Kane, you feel this presence, almost as if someone is sliding claws up your back slowly, and they grab onto your shoulders. Ah, there it is. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Shit!
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Excellent
boy.
timing. Oh boy.
That was a very fun session. Thank you guys so much for joining
Yes, it
us.
was.
For a downtime session, I feel like Kane has learned a lot.
There's definitely a shopping episode, but I feel like it was much needed for some of the characters to get out
Yes.
into the world and experience civilization.
Extremely good.
We definitely have we have an interesting session coming up next. So
Oh yeah.
have your bodies prepared for such a thing. I'd like to
Yes.
thank Arcane Anthems for providing the music that we've been listening to tonight. I'd like to thank Tabletop Simulator for hosting the virtual tabletop that you see in the middle bottom of your screen. I'd like to thank all of my players for showing up, which is a very big deal in the D&D community, for showing up on time to your sessions. And I know that they're going to want to, so I'm going to thank me for being the Dungeon Master.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you. You're
Thank
wonderful.
you wonderful Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
You champion of mastering dungeons.
But most
And
of
a shout
all,
out to the cats.
thank you to the cat for putting up with being thrown around.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank you to the cat. Thank you to chat.
And thank you to the viewers for talking in chat and making it so lively and fun to play in front of all of you. So
Yes.
I hope you all enjoy your evenings, and I hope you'll see us next time, and I hope you have a wonderful and heck of a week.
Yes.
Adios!
Goodbye. See you on the